we had it at n equals be smart to connect this. There we go. With n equals L1 on x squared and L2 on m minus x squared. Then we realized we have to bring it up before we can differentiate. Then we said, let's start differentiating. And we got to negative 2L1 x negative 3 minus 2L2 m minus x negative 3 times the derivative of the inside, which is negative 1. Then we end up getting negative 2L1 on x cubed plus 2L2 on m minus x all cubed, and this has to equal to 0. Then when we did that, we brought this over. Please stop me if there's anything that you're confused about now, second time round. Then we cross multiplied. And then pretty much, what did we say here at this step? Cube rooted now. So it should look like this. Cube root 2L2 x equals cube root 2L1 m minus x, and then we expand. Cube root 2L2 x equals cube root 2L1 m minus cube root 2L1 x. You know, I've even seen some students do, and why not? I just don't want to do it at the beginning, but they go, let a equal to cube root 2L2 and b equal to cube root 2L1. So then that way they don't have to actually use cube root 2L2. They can just replace this for ax equals bm minus bx. Totally fine. Probably easier to write. Yeah, but we're not going to. I'm just trying to say, like, if you want to not keep writing it like this, you can. I'll continue now. I brought the x over to this side. And then I said, we don't want two x's. You can't actually simplify them by adding. So then what we're going to do, we're going to factorize the x out. Once you factorize, you're going to have these two things. I think we know that. And then we're going to divide. So the answer should end up becoming this. 2L1 on the division of these. Cube root 2L2 plus cube root 2L. Too fast, that last step. So factorize it first. X, when you factorize it, you're left with cube root 2L2 plus cube root 2L1, which equals to this right-hand side. Now we divide. X equals cube root 2L1 m on cube root 2L2 cube 2L1. And that's it, you're done. That's x. You can see why I said you should write this out like 3 times for your hands. It's just not the algebra that you're comfortable with, I think, yet. And then, what do we have to do after that? Throw our pens and finish? Not really. What haven't we done? What haven't we done? What do we usually do? What did I say? Max min problems. Don't look at it and be like, I don't know. Nature. I haven't done nature. You've just done y dash equals 0. You want nature now. Obviously, you can't do y dash table because what the heck is this? You can't say, oh yeah, pick something to the left of this. What is the left thing? Right? You can't. So it's obviously going to be done through y double dash, which means, yes, we have to differentiate again. So go back up, find your first derivative, wherever it is, right there. This one here. And we're going to differentiate that. So let me rewrite that first. Can someone just read that line to me real quick? Y dash equals negative 2L1. X negative 3. Yep. Plus, I think. Negative 2L2. M minus X. Negative 3 times negative 1, which means the negative becomes a positive anyways. So we'll just leave it like that. Is that cool? Everyone happy with that? Nikki? Question? What's up? Tell me.
Which line was that?
This Y dash right at the top right here. There it is. dn on dx. Y dash. This one. True? You should have that.
Yeah.
And then what I did is I didn't write negative 3s. I brought them back down to positive 3s in the denominator in the next line.
Yeah.
Make sense? 100%?
Yeah.
Done. That's Y dash. Then we're going to do Y double dash now. Y double dash. Bring the 6 down. Oh, sorry. Bring the 3 down, becomes 6. So 6L1 x negative 4 minus 6L2 m take away x negative 4 times what? Derivative of inside, so negative 1. Write it a little bit neater. Okay. Now, stop at this point. Usually we have to sub it in x, right? That's what we usually do. But this question says make sure it's a minimum. Now that means greater than 0. Y double dash greater than 0. L1, comma, L2 and M, they're all greater than 0. Why? Because they're loudness and then M is length. True? So they're all positive. What can we also say about x to the 4 and M minus x to the 4? Is also always positive, because anything to the power of an even number is always greater than 0. So therefore this whole thing, Y double dash is, greater than 0, which means it's a minimum. And then always just answer the question. So go back up. What did the question ask us to find? I'm pretty sure he said to find x. Find an expression for x. Yep, such that it's minimum. Done. We already found x, and we showed that it's a minimum. Gab, any questions?
Yeah. Like about this.
You guys, any questions? No? You happy with it?
The standard deviation stuff is. I've really
Done.
done much of it.
Done. I'll show it to you. It's all calculator. Do you have a calculator?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll need it. I'll do it soon. Okay. Now we look at, that's done. Then we're up to the geometry questions, which aren't complicated actually. The harder one is loudness and speed. But let's have a look at this year's HSC paper now, which obviously you don't have. So let me open it up. I'll stop the recording.